Hello guys, welcome once more to Miss Squad YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. So we're going to start a series on Dart. Okay, Dart, which is a programming language designed by Lars Berg and Casper Luns. Yep. All of them they both work at Google. So the programming language was developed most especially for web, desktop, and yeah, mobile, most especially mobile applications. So we are going to start a series on that where I'm going to walk you through all the steps of working with that and yeah, basically yeah, with that then from there we're going to move on to Flutter, which is a framework powered by Dart. Okay, so we are going to start with the basics of getting in contact with that. Okay, so sorry about that. My connection is kind of like disturbing. In fact, not my connection, just that the website has been operational that long, but never mind. We are going to work without that. So we need to first of all start by downloading the SDK, the Dart SDK, right? So we just say download. Let's see, Dart, if I can spell that SDK. So we're going to start with that. Okay. We're going to say get SDK. So let's wait a bit. So while it is loading, let me just still be walking you through. So let's remember that first of all, that is cross platform, right? And yeah, it's it was built based on plenty of uh, languages, or should I say influenced by many languages. You have C, C++, C Sharp, Erlang, Java. I mean, there are plenty of them. Most of the times, when you even look at the syntax, it even looks like JavaScript. Okay, so you have all of that, and like every other language, it is object oriented. Okay, object oriented, also class based, right? We use a lot of classes to mix in, and then we got some extra dead features that we don't really actually get to. Well, they are there in other languages, but that came with some kind of like let me say new features actually, where we have interfaces, we have mixins, we have abstract classes, we have generics, and we have type interference. Okay, as we'll be going through the series of the Dart crash course, right? Because this is a Dart crash course. Welcome to the Dart crash course. Will be showing you all of that. Okay, for now, that website is unreachable. I don't actually know what's wrong. I think they should be surely working on that. Okay, I always love that on that. Okay, nevertheless, once you fully install the SDK, right, it's pretty simple to follow. You just go to that.dev and you click on get the Dart SDK, right, to download it in. You're going to see it's going to be straightforward on the steps on the official website. Yeah, to be able to um get that. So the next thing now we're going to do, make sure you also have your Visual Studio Code installed as your coding editor, right? Your editor, your IDE. Yeah, because me, I prefer using Visual Studio Code. For me, it has like a lot of flexibility, but you can still go along with Android Studio. Yeah, you have a plugin. Once you already have the data key installed, you can also go, I think, with Eclipse. Not actually Eclipse, I think IntelliJ. Yeah, you can try that out also. But let's just go with VS Code. So I'll click there. I've already created a folder for that, and I'm going to click on Open with Code. So open with code. So here we aren't. since this is the introduction, we aren't going to be doing that much. We are just going to be doing some basic introduction on Dart itself, and yeah. So once you have the Dart, you've installed the Dart, you've downloaded the Dart package. Yeah, you've installed it, and uh, because once you're going to download it, right, you need to extract it. For example, let me just show you what I mean. Okay, so once you've downloaded the Dart SDK, for example, you come to downloads, you're going to see it here, like for example, the Flutter, right? You're going to see Dart SDK something. Windows, if you're on Windows, Mac, if you're using Mac, yeah, on Linux. So you can come to your C drive. In your C drive, you can create an SRC folder and place your the extracted that folder here. Okay, once you extract it and you leave it here, you can now go to your environment variables. Okay, mine is even already here. You can go to your environment variables, right? You click on environment and you can come down here at path. That's for system variables. You can come down here at path. Am I mistaken? Yeah, yeah, not here. Come to user variables. Yeah. So user variables, you see, I don't have the issue because I'm in the Flutter bin, right? But yours, you have to cd into C, the source, the dot slash the bin. Okay, that's what you will have to do in order to for your system to be able to recognize the that SDK as a standalone machine and for you to able to run command lines to be able to run command line applications based on that. Okay, yeah, so that's just what you have to do. And if you have done that correctly, you can just do that dash dash version, and you're going to have the that version showing up. Okay, you're going to have your that version showing up like that. So in order for us to start, let's at least go ahead and write our first start um, code. So in order for us to do that, we could just say dart create. Okay, which is a create dash t console. And now we can give it the name of the folder. Okay, let's just say that crash course. Okay, that crash course. And you press enter, and it's going to generate the various files automatically for you, right? While also keeping in mind that it's going to run the pop get. Okay, on your machine. Pop get is just used, so it's just as a package manager, right? To be able to download some, let me say, some default packages, right? But you can still go ahead and add packages, and let's see if we can even have access to it. And if you want to be able to see the different packages that are available and which you can use with that, right? Or what you just have to do is to go to pop.dev. Okay, pop.dev, click on, you enter that. Here there are series of that packages available for you. Okay, at least this one is available to us. Okay, so you have plenty of them. You have the MobiX Cogen built in according to Flutter favorites. Okay, the favorites of the week, the Android Intent Plus, and you have your package names and a brief description of what they are used for. Okay, you have font awesome Flutter, font awesome icons. Okay, for those who are coming from web, we actually have font awesome. Okay, we have a table calendar, Firebase messaging, PDF, Flutter report for state management. In fact, there are plenty of them. If you have, top that packages, okay. State notifier, very good analysis. There are plenty of them. You just and the Flutter team maybe made it easier by um creating some short videos which you can follow up to be able to know exactly what each package does. Okay, you can subscribe to their YouTube channel for updates on packages of the week. So that will really help you a lot to be advanced, and let me also say ahead with the different packages. Okay, so yeah, so that's just it. And I think by now, okay, yeah, so it has finished resolving and everything. So now for here, from here, you can see if I open this, okay, we just have this folder. So let me walk you through the the different folders. Okay, yeah, so here we just have the dat tool, just a simple package of JSON, right? Here you don't have nothing to interact with it. It just downloads some pretty here it just has a link to some packages on that pop the dev website that we saw. Okay, we have the path package, we have the pool, we have the pop simmer, the shelf. I mean, there are a lot of them, as well as you can go on the pop the dev and see the packages. Okay, so now here we have the bin folder. Okay, this is actually where we're going to be writing a code. Is that where we're going to be doing that? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's here in the bin that we're going to be executing our code. Okay, yeah. So you have the main function, which is the entry point of the data application. Okay, you can have two main entry points in the data application. Yeah, you just have one. And behind the scenes or the hood, the data application is going to know that this is the entry point of the application. Okay, so don't worry about that. And we have some keywords: import, void. Void just means it returns nothing. Okay, the import is just to be able to take from somewhere and bring. So that's what import is all about. So we have this lib folder here. Well, this lib folder, there's not really much about it. It's also been just created alongside. I don't really know why the Flutter team just went ahead to create the lib folder too, but I think they could just go ahead to just create a bin, but never mind. I think maybe for some specific reasons they have done that. Okay, so here we have a test folder, right? So here in this test folder is where you write all your test cases. Okay, once you're done writing the code in the bin for your that application, right, you can now go ahead now and now write test cases here and run them to make sure that all your cases, right, are being met. So you have for example, you have unit testing, right? Don't worry about that. As we're going through the crash course, we are going to get our hands laid on that. Okay, so here we have the git ignore. Okay, the git ignore is just the file to help us like don't push this particular folder or file to a GitHub account. Okay, once you've already set up your GitHub account, right? For those who are coming from web, right? Excuse me for using this analogy related to web, but you know, for example, those who are using React, not modules. Okay, you can push not modules to your GitHub account because it'll be very heavy to first of all push them and also to download them. Right? It won't be let me say it won't be good. Yeah, code wise, it won't be good. So that's why we use the .git ignore. And also after you've installed Git on your machine, okay, to be able to install Git on your machine is very easy. Just go and just type download Git, okay, Git, just put Git, don't put for Windows, just put Git, okay. And you can come here, this is the official website, Git downloads, okay. You can click on the Git downloads to go to get Git. Let's wait a bit, it's launching. So while that is also launching, I also forgot to mention that you can also go ahead and download. If you don't yet have VS Code installed, you can just put the download VS Code, that's Visual Studio Code. Okay, and you just click here. This is the official website, so you just click there. So coming back to Gate, right? Yeah, where they offer you different operating systems: Mac OS, Windows, and Linux. That's based on your operating system, right? You download the required one that you're going to use and install. Just follow the steps, the default settings, and yeah, basically that's it, and you'll be done. So for that, and you also have the Visual Studio Code, okay? Still, you have the Windows flavor, the Debian for the depth for Debian and Ubuntu. You have the RPM for Red Hat, Fedora, and SUSE, okay? For those who are on Mac OS, you can download here, and yeah. So that'll be up to you. And you see, we have the Intel chip, the Apple Silicon, the Universal Intel chip, Apple Silicon, all depending on your operating system. You can get that done. Okay. So let's continue. So you have the analysis, YAML, analysis option.yaml. Well, analysis option.yaml is where you write, I could use the word linters, okay, static analysis. For example, you may want let me just do something like, okay, for example, you may want that once whenever you write print or you're about to write sentences, right, in your code, you should use only double quotes and not single quotes, right? All of that happens in the analysis optionals.yaml. Okay, so we can even visit their websites. Let me see for more information about the colonies. See this. Okay, we can even visit it here. I'm sure I got the link correctly to be able to have more insights. Be able to have more insights on that. Okay, so let's see about that. Okay, it's loading. Right. So yeah. So that's just what I mean by that's just what the analysis option options works with. Okay, so just imagine maybe you, yeah, so you can even look for lowercase camels, right? So for example, on some certain stuffs you may want only lowercase, right? It's you put that in your analysis optional YAML. Okay, they have the way they type it. For example, here you can see path exclude files. You can see underscore lowercase camel types. Okay, you just need to uncomment that and it's going to work. And note that um YAML, which actually stands YAML is also another form of markup language. Okay, it stands for yet another markup uh, language. Okay, it's not YAML, yeah. So depending on like what you do it, so that's the extension. And you notice here that we use hashtags, okay, to comment. Not that in most of the times when we want to comment, we use slashes, okay, double slashes. But in the YAML file, it's actually different. We use hashtags to comment, okay. So the change log, well, not really much to say on this. Not really much. Okay, the pop spec.log, yeah, these two you don't have to interact with this, right? Is generated automatically once you create the that package, right? When you try to create that folder, it comes along with this, and it also has some, I think, connected to some packages, right? Yeah, with that. Okay. So the prospect.yaml is where we add our packages, right? So for example, if you want to add, as we'll see as we move along, we're going to come into that. So if you want to add, for example, something like a completion package, maybe to add, let's see, what does that package is? Okay. let's say the decimal package, right? The decimal package allows you to deal with decimal numbers without losing precisions. So suppose we wanted to use the Dart package to add this decimal package, okay? How then do we do that? Okay, we come to installing, right? They even provide you with ways on which you can actually walk through that, and yeah, the dependencies, the how you can import it. But now, if you want to be able to install it first, you need to go to installing. Okay, you come here to installing, and yeah, you're going to see this dot pop art decimal. So that's how you do it. You come to your terminal and you just do dot pop art decimal. Okay, and you hit enter. It's going to actually add the package, but we are not going to do that because we don't need that. Okay, otherwise, you can still copy this decimal package as it is here. You copy it and you come to dependencies. You see we have this dependencies which has been commented out. Okay, you can come below it and control V, or you just paste it there, you add it, and the pop, right, the pop, which is the package manager, is going to take care of that to download. You already see that running already. I didn't do anything, but already do that pop, right, is going to run on its own to be able to get the package we just added here. Okay, yeah, so the name just describes the name of what we give, which is the Dead Crash Course. Okay, simple, we can give a description, we can change it, simple command line application. We have the version. Okay, you can connect it to your repository. We have the environment. The environment just tells us the SDK we're using. Okay, our current SDK. So you see it's 2.19.6. Okay, and then we have the development dependencies which won't be shipped as once we're done with our application and we want to compress it into an app or into a command line application. This won't be shipped with the application. Okay, it won't go with the app itself. And then we just, as the last file, we just have the readme. Okay, simple command application with an entry point in the bin. Okay, library code and the lib, the library code in lib and the example unit as a test. So yeah, so the readme file is just we'll just maybe add some comments, or like after we've hosted it, put it on a GitHub account. Okay, we've pushed it to a GitHub account. For example, if somebody comes to your GitHub account and wants to read maybe what's this whole application that you built all about, you can just have a brief overview of what you did in the readme file. Okay, so yeah, I think this was just the introduction to the that crash course, and I think I'm also going to show some couple of let me see extensions you can get for that. Okay, yeah, so after you must have installed everything, don't forget to search. So you come to here on VS Code, on the extensions, you type Dart. You're going to actually type Dart. Okay, and it's going to search, and you're going to see that. Okay, you're going to see this star here, which actually means the official, right? The official, whenever you see this, it means it's the official that provided by the Flutter team. Okay, and we are also going to need, for now you don't need block, it's for state management. Okay, we're going to need this also. The um data class generator is just going to help us provide data classes easily. We're also going to have the dat import. Okay, for refactoring, for example, if we change maybe from one folder to another, it's going to help us refactor our imports automatically without us having to go and manually um refactor them again. Okay, it's really really useful. So we're also going to be using error lens. Error lens, for example, if I did this, okay, yeah, you can see this here, right? Expected to find semicolon. So all of this is being powered by error lens. And we are also going to use, yeah, you can also go ahead and add the Flutter extension, right? We're going to use it in future. I think, yeah, Flutter Intel, Flutter Spinets. Yeah, I think for that, that's all. JSON to that model. Yeah, we're also going to make that material icon theme. Yeah, I just also wanted to mention this. You notice my icons are kind of like, let me say, different, right, from surely yours. Yeah, so this is due to the material theme which you have here, the material icon theme provided by Philip Kiev. Okay, so you can go ahead and add that. You can add prettier pop spec assist too. It's also good. You can also add that. Well, I'm going to show you how to use all of that. And yeah, I think that's all. That's all about it. And how about we run our first code? As usual in every language, it's hello world. So now, to be able to run this that code in the terminal, okay, because we're mostly going to be running it in the terminal. It's not a graphic user interface, okay. Even from the readme you saw, it's a simple command line application. So we're going to more be dealing with the command line format, okay, to be able to see everything we're doing and yeah, get a knowledge around it. So first, after you must have created your folder, you see here dash crash course, okay. We are now going to go and cd cd into the that, okay, underscore. In fact, before doing that, just to be sure, let me just put D. This D is just to show me the available folders in this particular that crash course folder, okay, all the folders and files, okay, the directories. That's just the short form of D. So we see, so I'll just say cd change directory to dart, okay, underscore crash course. Okay, so now cd there. So if I do again D, you're going to now see these different folders which we created. Okay, so we're going to cd into the bin because this is where we have this file here. Okay, you see it's found in the bin folder just here. Okay, so we're going to cd, we're going to say cd bin, and if we do again D, you're going to see we now have this file here, the file name. Okay, so let me clear my terminal, and so we're going to say cd into that crash course. Remember, now we're going to say dart. Sorry, we are already in the directory of the bin. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we're already here, right? Now, if we want to be able to run this line of code, okay, we don't need this for now. If we want to be able to run this line of code, okay, we just simply say dart, okay, and we give the following uh, let me say sentence is going to be the name of the file, which is actually that um crash course. Don't worry about it, it's learn to write. Once we're going to start the next videos, which we are going to be talking about operators in that, okay. I'm going to work on that, okay. We're going to do that. So you just press enter and you see hello world. We have printed a statement, okay. So now also one stuff I would like to mention is that make sure you put your autosave clicked, okay, to avoid you from always coming and saving your file again and again, right? Autosaves already from its name, right? It autosaves as you make changes directly, right, right, yeah. So and then for yeah, so that's how we are going to be moving around or about it, okay. That's what we are going to do. So let's try again. Let's say now we are going to say something like print a quotes. Let's say we're going to say the that I'm learning that, or let's just say the that crash course. The that crash course. Okay. And also in that, like we said, right, similar to C, C plus plus, you need to end with a semicolon, right? Semicolon tells the um analyzer that this is for this line of code, this is the end of statement. Okay, yeah, so it marks the end. So let's go again about that. So with mine, okay, I can just press the up arrow on your keyboard. Okay, you don't need to come again and type. You can still go again ahead and type, it's not an issue. But I'll just press the up arrow key on my keyboard, okay, and it's going to bring back this file, and I'm going to press enter. Okay, and you're going to see the hello world, the dash crash course. Oh, I think I actually put core. Okay, so I'm going to say course. Okay, yeah. So if we do that again one more time, that crash course. Okay, so that's it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. So remember, I post once every week. Yeah. So with this course, I'm going to take you from beginners level to advanced level, because this course isn't only for beginners, okay, it's also for advanced. So yeah, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like. Thank you.